Now, to continue with this, what people don't realize is we humans are very strange. We might not want to admit it publicly, but deep down, we really don't want to see someone else become successful. That's what the researchers show. We don't want to see that because it makes us question our own thinking. What is it that he can do it or she can do it and I can't? It's going to make us want to make an effort to go out and find out. We don't want to do that. Most of us have sold ourselves to this idea of non-belief, no self-belief. The reality is that, yes, I do want it, I guess, but I'm not willing to go out and do what it takes to get there. I'll just blame someone else. And when somebody does make an effort to try and go out and do something, their friends and family just, without even realizing it, indirectly actually knock them down and put negative vibes into their head because they don't want to see them do well. See, if you do well, what am I going to do? What happens to all the stuff that I've saw in my head? Why I haven't been able to do well in my life? I'm going to have to accept that I'm a failure. So I really don't want to see you do well. I mean, they don't mean that in a harmful way, by the way. But, are you saying that I'm wrong and you're right? Are you saying you got a better record than me? No. Let's just carry on as it is, I don't do well, you don't do well. Simple as that. You go on and you try, and I'll put all the negativity into your head as I possibly can, whether I know of it as it's a factual negativity or hearsay negativity. I don't care. I just don't want to see you do well. And they don't even realize it for themselves. Subconsciously it's there. Consciously they won't admit to it. Can't see you do well. Can't have any of that. Nah. So then they'll come up with all the negative remarks they can possibly think of to try and put you off without realizing it. The hidden enemy, I call them. Instead of encouraging you, of course, encouraging you means you could succeed. Your success will point out their failure. You're right, they're wrong. They don't want any of that. We're all the same. Most of us are the same. We humans are like that. So that's what causes people's failure. No knowledge, no self-belief, social proof, surrounded by total negativity. They try to try something out. Nobody's going to let them do it. They'll bombard them with the negative information. But then even then, sometimes they ask themselves the question, well, what's the difference between him and me or her and me? She's managed to do it. She's got 2 arms, 2 legs, 1 brain, 2 ears, 2 eyes. How come she can do it and I can't? See? So then they go back, have a little flutter with their idea, and then just go back to sleep, resign to the idea. Nah, maybe it's not for me. It's much easier. Let's just carry on working for somebody else. Less hassle, less headache. I get to do, live the lazy life. I can't be bothered to make the effort. So the problem is not them. The problem is you. You are not willing to do what it takes to get there. You got enough evidence out there to see it can be done. Others have done it. Not every successful person was born in a rich house and a millionaire. There are people who were on the streets that have made it. You know of all of that. But you're not willing to do what it takes. And you'll blame anyone and everyone for not being able to get there. So this 96% group have chosen that path. And that's how they decide to live now. By just blaming everyone except for themselves. They don't want to wake up one day and say, oh my God, I'm the problem. But that's what it is. You are not willing to change the way you think. And that's why you are now stuck in the way you are. That's the 96% people. So that's mentality causes them to work in that position. Now we talk about the 4%. The 4% who actually work for themselves Yes, they've taken the step. They got fed up with working for somebody else. Something has made them tick to come out. But they still got the same problems. This 4% who've chosen to work for themselves, the only thing they've changed is not work for someone else, but to work for themselves. But the problems are still there. They still don't believe in themselves for the same reasons. 1, no knowledge. 2, they're not really willing to go out there and get the knowledge they need. 3, social proof is telling them nobody else has managed to do it. So all they've done is just manage to struggle. I was making this much money before. I got a bit more freedom and I'm making the same money now, a little bit more. I'm happy with that. They've resigned to that idea. They didn't leave that job to go out there and actually make it for themselves to the point that they really get to live the dream life they've always wanted to live. So they still got the same problems. So what causes the 99% of the businesses to fail is that they don't believe in themselves, and what causes that issue is that they don't have the knowledge what makes their business a success. They've never gone out to learn this knowledge. What would make their business a success? Why haven't they done that? Because there's no one they know that's done that. No one they know that is successful. No one there is out there that they know that's gone out to learn the knowledge that made them successful. And that is what's causing the businesses to fail. Not having the knowledge and not even knowing that they need to go out and get the knowledge, learn the knowledge. And to make the matters worse, some of them have resigned to the idea, I do know. And then they try what they know. What they don't know, what they don't realize is what they're trying hasn't been proven, tried and tested ideas in their business. Do these ideas actually work? Will these ideas make my business a success? These principles I'm using, these methods that I'm employing, have they been tried and tested to make my business work? No, they haven't. They just do what they know, and there's no evidence to prove that what they're using to make their business a success is actually going to make their business successful. They've never tried and tested it. So still, they're working with ideas they believe they do know will work, but there's no evidence they will work. So firstly, they don't know. Secondly, they don't believe in themselves because not having the knowledge, and social proof is pushing them towards negativity. Nobody has managed to do it. Nobody has told them that you need to go out and learn. And now, finally, they're now working with ideas, I know how to do this because I used to work with that restaurant, and I used to work with that hairdresser, and I used to work with that plumber, and that's how he used to do it. You know how he used to do it in practical form, but do you know how he got the customers? Why is the customers keep bringing him or recommending him? You haven't got the social proof out there that people would do that for you. So they use what they believe to be working, and it actually doesn't work, and that causes their failure too. So at the end of the day, we come to one final mark, and that's this. What causes their failure is that they don't know. If they knew, that would create self-belief. If they knew, what were the tried, tested principles, methods, and deep secrets that are used by the top 1% of the businesses in the world to turn their business into an electrifying success? And then if they were to employ those ideas into their business, that would give them the knowledge, and that would take them away from this position of no self-belief. They will have self-belief because now they know how to do it. They will have tried and tested ideas that they themselves can try and test in their own business. They see them working in their business. They can see their business is beginning to do better than before. And as the business does better and better, and the ideas they're using are working in their business, that will remove their doubts about self-belief. They will begin to believe in their business and their idea more and more. That will eradicate the non-belief, they have into self-belief, yes, I can do it. And then they will find, yes, I can do it has come to them from this idea of learning the knowledge. Do I know what I need to do in my business to make my business a success? And they find out if you do these 7 things step by step, of course you can test them out one by one to see if they're working. And if they realize once I do them is actually helping my business and taking my business forward, when they see that happening, now the self-belief is lifted. Now they've got the knowledge. They start implementing this special information they've learned into their business, and they begin to realize, I don't have to be the 99% that don't do it. I can be the top 1% that can make it, and start investing their time and their energy into making their business a success, rather than being in the group of the 96% or working for somebody else for the rest of their life, being told what to do, or being in the second group of 4% of having a business that doesn't go anywhere because they're still suffering from the same problems that they were suffering from when they were in the 96 group, i.e. no self-belief due to no knowledge, and social proof tells them that nobody else has done it. And thirdly, nobody else goes out there and actually learns the knowledge for themselves to run a business. It's something you're automatically born with. That's the attitude they have. And fourthly, whatever they believe to know that will work in their business actually doesn't work. And without them really realizing the reason why this isn't working, I'm actually repeating myself. The reason why this isn't working is because these ideas haven't been tried and tested. So we finally come to this one point. To get into the top 1% of successful people in the world, you have to use business ideas that have been tried and tested and are actually used by the top 1% successful people in their business. And that will make your business lift off from the ground and it will eradicate the problems you're suffering from.